Welcome, everybody. Good morning. My name is Karen A. I'm here in Jerusalem. It's great to be here with the Reco12 podcast in the Afro-Euro Timezone. Most of our speakers are in the Afro-Euro Timezone, but we welcome speakers from all over the world, all continents, and of course, all addictions, all afflictions, all who have found the power of recovery through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. On this meeting, we meet you live over Zoom. However, these meetings are recorded and hundreds of people listen to them all around the world. We bring together anything from cocaine addicts, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous, codependents, Al-Anons, workaholics, anorexics, bulimics, compulsive overeaters, just to name a few. If you are suffering an addiction or affliction, you may have just found your home. And if you have found recovery through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous in any fellowship, whether it's a substance addiction, a behavior addiction, or a people addiction, we would like your experience, strength, and hope. Again, my name is Karen A. I will put my number in the chat. Please contact me. One, if you would like to speak and share your experience, strength, and hope, or if you are interested in sponsoring. If you need a sponsee, also, I hope that we can help you out. Okay, so Reco12 could be found at reco12.com. If you would like to contribute a seventh tradition, that really helps. Lately, we've had a few contributors, and that helps cover the costs of the Zoom and the technology platform, recording and uploading, all that jazz. Please contribute your seventh tradition at reco12.com/support. It is my pleasure, my utmost pleasure today to bring to you Anna F., who will share her experience, strength, and hope living in the solution. Anna F. will give you half an hour to share, and then we'll take some Q&A. People on the line, you can either put your questions in the chat, and Anna will get to them when she is done sharing, or if that proves challenging, you can just unmute yourself and come in with a question, and Anna will do her best to answer you. I can always help out. I so look forward to hearing Anna experience, strength, and hope. And I just want to commend everybody for stopping their busy schedules and their lives to make their recovery lifestyle a priority. Because if you're like me, and I'm assuming Anna, if she's here sharing, that we have smashed the delusion that we're like other people and that we have another choice. See, I had to get out of my exercise class 7 minutes early. I was still 2 minutes late. I apologize, but I had to leave early. Why? Because I have this podcast every Friday, same bat place, same bat time on Zoom. And I don't get a break because my sanity and well-being depends on it. And you're welcome here every Friday at 8 a.m. UK. It's 10 a.m. here in Israel, same time as South Africa. All the other time zones, you could use Google to figure it out. Without further ado, Anna, welcome. So look forward to hearing your recovery journey and how you're living in the solution today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. And I just want to say that I'm super, super, super grateful to be here. I'm Anna, and I guess what you can say, I'm an addict and like the multiple variety kind. I think I will get more into that, I'm sure, later. But I'm also on summer holiday here in Sweden, and people are getting ready to go to the beach. And I am not like everyone else. I need to instead dive into the solution with you. So I'm really grateful.
Thank you for sharing that. I never cut people off when they introduce themselves, but it was so important for me to hear that because, see, the Big Book tells us this is simple, not easy.
Yeah.
This is simple, not easy. That means when everyone's getting their beach bag and their fruit shake or whatever and their sunglasses and flip-flops, she's got to sit her butt on Zoom. This means when everybody's stretching at the end of yoga, no, I got to grab my clothes and run out and make sure I have a signal to get on Zoom. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, go ahead. Thank you.
But thank you. And God gave me such a nice parable when I was meditating a little bit on this. And he said that, because I think I'm going to talk about that too, that a lot of my recovery journey is about turning towards that little child inside of me and actually being that child. Like, I have a father, I have an employer, I have this higher power God that's my leading star. And I get to be this little child and all humility that comes with that. But so he was saying to me that, like, okay, they are preparing to go to the beach, but we're going to dive into the solution, and we're going to look at all the, like, dive into the water and look at all the gems and, like, discover this new way of living and discover this book together. And it's like, it was just such a sweet parable for me to get that feeling also that when I'm here doing this with you, we're in discovery together, and we're going to, like, feel this presence of joy doing this, because this is like such a joyful way of living when I have these new glasses on that I get to have. I'm like putting my, I can see this little girl, and she's like putting on her new pair of swim glasses, and we're diving into the water and looking at all the magic in this new world. And I think, like, I want to start off with one line of the book that's been, like, huge for me. And it says here in the book, because, I came into the rooms for my sex and love addiction. And back then I was really, really like the drowning man that this book talks about. Like, it was like both my inner world and my outer world, everything was crashing, and I was in so much pain and so much suffering. So I came in for my sex and love addiction, but then I realized that, oh my God, like, I'm such a controller. I'm using control in all areas of my life. But then I found this line, or I got help to find this line, that it says in the book on page 42 in the English version. It says, quite as important was the discovery that spiritual principles would solve all my problems. And that's like, okay, it was not just my sex and love addiction, because this disease centers in my mind. And what that means to me is that all my problems are centered in my mind, because this is about my thinking. So what I've learned is that the self-centeredness, my selfishness, is the problem. And that goes back to my thinking. So I think I'll take you to that page also in the book where it actually talks about this. And that is on page 62. It says, selfishness, self-centeredness, that we think is the root of our troubles. So when I understand this, that, oh, okay, it's not the outside world or other people in that world, or even myself in that world, like, that's not the problem. The problem is the way I'm thinking about all these things. And what I get in this program is a new attitude. And then turning back to more about alcoholism, that chapter, it says that, like, because it talks about what are we doing in this program. It talks about the program of action is quite drastic. It is, because it means that I have to throw several lifelong conceptions out of the window. And, like, to me, that means everything that I'm programmed with, I have to be able to let go of, because all my thoughts, all my thinking, like all these ideas that are so deep within me, they are the ones causing my problems, my so-called problems. Usually I learn, like, when I make a call, maybe I talk to my sponsor or some other fellowship friends, I realize that, oh, okay, this wasn't a problem either. So that's such, like, a humbling way of living. But I think that's really like what I've learned about this disease, that this is a disease of perception. Like when I'm in this addictive mind or at the addict mind, I can't see things the way they really are. So I'm learning about honesty also, and I think I'll talk more about that, I'm sure. But that like disease of perception is so true to me, and it can go really fast. Like yesterday I was talking to a friend in the program, and I got that image that it's like, you know, this book and film like Alice in the Wonderland, like where she falls into a rabbit hole and she drops like, I don't know, really low. And that's exactly what happens to me. It's just I don't get to the Wonderland. Like the Wonderland is with God, but I drop and I go into a place where like everything looks terrible and everything is so scary and everything. And I'm like driven by all these 100 forms of fear and self-delusion in that land. And what I find about this solution is that this is the thing that will pull me back into like the godly world, where I can actually like be a part of something with you and with God. Because when I'm in that low spot, in that hole, that's a very, very lonely place to be in. And I feel like disconnected from everything, and disconnected from myself, from God, from like people around me. And it's like I also received that image in, I was meditating a couple of days ago, and it was like I could see the fellowship. I could see all my friends in this fellowship standing like some like away from me, and they were like reaching out their arms to me, and I was standing there and I turned my head away. And I feel like what God was showing me with that picture is that I'm the one turning away. Like the solution and the fellowship and my friends and God, you are there all the time. The solution is like, it's written in a book, so it's here. Like I can just grab it, but I'm the one like turning away. I'm the one choosing that disconnection. And I do that over and over and over because that's what it's like to be an addict, I've learned. But there is beauty in that too, because that means I get to like turn back all the time, like over and over and over again. And I get to experience that connection over and over and over again. So God tells me that too is like part of his plan, because he wants me to both like feel the disconnection and feel the connection and appreciate that. And I learned also from that I really, really need him. Like I can't do life without God. I can't do life without this book. I can't do life without you. So thank you. Thank you for having me here. But yeah, I came into this program for my sex and love addiction. I learned that, okay, I'm trying to control like every area of my life. Control is really what runs my life. And there's a great way that the book describes that we're like an actress running the show. So that's exactly what it's like. I'll see if I can find it here. Yeah, anyways, it doesn't matter. But it says that we're an actress running the show, and that means like that means that I'm trying all the time to control, like what I said, every part of my life, myself, most and foremost, maybe like I try to control my emotions. I try to control my thoughts. I have opinions about other people, what they should be like, what life should be like. And when I do that, I'm not playing, or like I'm not taking the part as God's child and living in this life of wonder. I'm actually like playing God myself. So I take the role of that higher power instead of, just being like a human in this world, experiencing it. And that brings suffering, because that's not the role that I'm here to play. So it's like putting on two big shoes, and I can't even walk with them. They are just dragging me down, like lately, these past days, I've been so much in self. It's like when I'm on holiday and I have a lot of time, my addict mind also has a lot of time to run wild and on self-will. And what my disease is like, and I'm sure that you'll be able to, if you're hopeless like me, be able to identify, but that is like I don't even need people or any like substance to drink on. Like I can drink on shame, I can drink on fear, I can drink on all these inner chemicals or whatever that I have inside of my body. So my disease really wants me to live in shame. It wants me to only think about myself and like what a bad person I am. If I just would have done this instead in that situation, if I just would have, all these thoughts, like, I think you know what it's like. So from that, I was directed to the one of the stories in the book towards the end. Let me see if I can find it now. It's this story about acceptance. Oh yeah, here's another one. For the only problems I have now are those I create when I break out in a rash of self-will. So that's exactly what my addiction, my addict mind wants me to do. But I want to find the one I was thinking about. Yeah. This is such a good, like, I'm so amazed. And, because in the Swedish book, we don't really have the same stories towards the end, but this one is actually translated for us into Swedish too. And I'm so grateful for that. So that's how I found it first, but it's also here in the English version. And this talks exactly about what I want to convey, the message I want to convey. And it says here that it says here first on page 416 that this is a man writing, I think. To this day, I'm amazed at how many of my problems, most of which had nothing to do with drinking, I believed have come manageable or have simply disappeared since I quit drinking. So like the drinking or the acting out, that's not the problem. Like the problem is what's going on. And I changed the word drinking here to thinking. So I can read it to you like that too. I'm amazed at how many of my problems have become manageable or have simply disappeared since I quit thinking. So I can't trust my thinking. Like this is a program of action that I'm learning here. And when I'm in this riot of self-will and my disease wants me to sit and maybe think of a problem and come up with a solution, that's all like delusion, because it's not even real. And if I instead like just lean towards the solution and the principles of this book, and even if I don't feel it, I just like commit to the action of what it tells me. So like, okay, I'm scared, maybe. I'm ashamed. I'm scared maybe of not being good enough, or whatever it can be. Like that's a common one for me. And then the book, or God through the book, tells me that, okay, then I use the action of trust, for example. Okay, I don't feel like trusting God because I'm super scared, but he tells me that, okay, but you do it anyways. Like, for example, like going into this meeting, what are they going to think of me? Will I even have something to say? And God just tells me, like, go there, sit on this chair, open your mouth, and he will do the work for me. And like when I do that, and I really put that action of trust into work, and I experience the feeling of like the connection, like, yeah, oh my God, you're here with me, you're doing this work for me, then I can like really, believe also. But I think that's maybe like what I want to say to newcomers the most. Like when I was in that first position of the drowning man, and my sponsor told me like we're gonna do this is like fast work. We have to get to the solution as quickly. You're suffering. You're like you're in so much suffering. We have to do this quickly. And I was like, but how is this gonna work out? I have no idea. And she was like, you just do this work. You just follow like these instructions of this book. We're gonna do it like this and this and this. And then I just like did what she said, and I had that little grain of trust, I guess, because I think that's like the God inside of me, like the little light inside of me seeking that light. And I did that, and then came the result. So it's like totally opposite of like maybe praying to get like the strength to then be able to do something. Like now I put the action in, and then comes the strength, then comes the power, then comes the result, So that's a very, very different way of doing life, I think. Yeah. But yeah, so here in the book, anyways, if like this book promises me that like living a life following these instructions, following these principles will solve all my problems. It actually says here on page 417 that acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I'm disturbed, it's because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me, and I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing, happens in God's world by mistake. And like, if you're a controller like me and you think you know what the world should be like, you think you know what I should be like, you think you know what I should be doing and what I should not be doing, and what other people should be doing and what they should not be doing. Like hearing these words, I don't know, it's like a miracle switch inside my brain. Because this means that I can't do life wrong. Like I really can't do life wrong. Like whatever I will do, whatever other people will do, whatever will happen in the world, like even things that seem to be like unacceptable. This promises me that all is well and life is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And that, I don't know, like, can you find any bigger relief than that? And the book tells me that God wants me to be happy, joyous, and free. And if I really act this way, like what it says, like I practice acceptance this way that this book talks about, then I can be happy, joyous, and free, like whatever situation I'm in, whatever is happening outside of me, whatever is happening inside of me, like in my inner world, I can still find peace in that. And that's like, I don't know, that's a miracle, I think. Yeah. I think I also want to talk a little bit about honesty. Because I think I have learned from this program, like what honesty is actually, what honesty actually is, or I'm beginning to learn. And that was also like a beautiful image that my friend shared with me. She used this parable of like a little child, like going back to this child, but a little child that's learning to draw. And, you know, in the beginning, when a child learns to draw, it doesn't look very nice. And like the shapes are not it's not very detailed. And, you know, yeah, I think you get the message. But like, that's also the way that working this program has been like for me. Because in the beginning, like going through those steps in the beginning with my sponsor, that was just the beginning. I was just learning these tools. I was like learning a new way of living. But then everything that happens comes after that.
Got questions about addiction, recovery, or just life in general? Let's noodle it out together. Grab your big book, a pen, a highlighter, and a notepad, and join Nikki M and me, Justin B, on Reco12 Noodle It Out with Nikki M. Each episode, we take real-life questions, ours, yours, and those from the recovery community, and dig deep into the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous to find real, practical solutions. So, if you're ready to do the work and apply the solution, tune in to Noodle It Out with Nikki M, streaming now on your favorite podcast platform.
Like the recovery journey, it never ends. And what I maybe learn along the way is like God is like shaping my way of working this program. So for example, like I get it even says in the book, like we grow in understanding and effectiveness. Okay, I that's what I do. Like I'm learning these tools, I'm growing in like understanding and effectiveness of how to work this program, and how to build this, like continue building this relationship with this power. And for example, with honesty, like I thought like honesty was like sharing everything about myself to everyone so that they would like, I did that mostly out of like selfish motives, to be honest. Like I shared things with people so that they would know this about me, so that they would accept me. I would get acceptance from them because I couldn't get that from myself, or from God. So that's what I thought honesty was like. Now I'm like seeing that honesty is, for example, me calling a friend in the program yesterday and saying to her exactly what was going on in my mind, and saying to her, like, I don't have an idea what I'm doing right now. I am in a mess. And then she pulls me back into the solution. And like being, you know, like, because in this controlling thing with myself, I want to try to be perfect all the time, try to have all the answers, know everything, and not show you like the real me. I'm like putting up a mask in front of me of this perfection. And then I get to like take off that mask and be really vulnerable and show you that I'm just like you. Like I am also an addict. This book is actually about me, which I try to, or like tend to forget, I guess. Yeah, so that's honesty to me, like taking off that mask, trying to just be. And then like also what's coming up for me a lot is in this program with you and with God, I also learn like to be honest with myself, with like, what can I really do? What can I not? Am I in like fit spiritual condition right now? Am I not? And like, I guess have that discernment. And it talks a lot about honesty in the book, and like the rigorous honesty that we need to have. And if we want to live long and happy in this world, we really need to be honest with other people. And yeah, so that's huge. And I really thought I was quite honest, but we're growing, and that's exactly the way it's like. And I heard someone say that we get all various kinds of better, and I think that's amazing. Like, because I think that was the conception I had, like an idea I had, that I'm gonna do this work, and then it's like flipping a switch, and I'm gonna be done with it. Or like I knew that I'm not gonna be done, but still, like a part of me thought I was sort of gonna be done. But now I just feel so grateful in this moment to say that I'm never, like, I will never be done. We're all in this together. And this is just like a way of working life, which will have both these highs and these low spots, like rough periods. And I think these instructions are especially for the rough periods. And yeah, it's there all the time, like even if I turn away from it. So I'm being like restored to my right mind. I'm being reprogrammed. And that's an amazing blessing. How are we with time now? Have I talked too much?
You are great.
Okay, thank you. Do I still have more time, or?
If something's in your heart, you could share more, and you could let us know. If you want to jump into questions, let us know.
Well, one thing more I can say before is maybe like a line that came to me strongly yesterday too. It connects to the honesty, because like I have all these perceptions, ideas, thoughts, and I have to all the time like go deeper with God, and like praying to God to show me like the truth, show me the truth, because I can't see clearly. And then it was one line that came to me. Yeah, where was it now? It's another promise, because you know that this book is full of these promises. So even if we don't believe it ourselves, the book tells us like the truth, even if we can't find the truth ourselves. But it says here on page 57 that, because all of this book is about finding this power, and then it promises us here that he has come to all who have honestly sought him. So honesty comes up even there. And then I can ask myself, like, the way I'm thinking now, am I honestly seeking God right now? The way I'm acting now, am I honestly seeking God? Like, and usually that's a no for me. So then I know I have to go deeper. I have to like throw myself even harder out there into the solution. I have to, so that's just great. Like I can get all various kinds of better in that too. It just depends how much am I drinking the solution instead of the problem, I guess. Yeah, I think I'll finish there then. Thank you.
Hey, Spearheads, if you're looking to dive deeper into the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous with people who live the solution, then you won't want to miss Reco12 Big Book Roundtable. Join David G., Nikki M., and me, the moderator Justin B., 3 recovered addicts from multiple fellowships, as we break down the big book line by line. In each 30-minute episode, we share our experience, strength, and hope in a real, raw, and practical roundtable discussion. So, if you are ready to learn and apply what you learn, tune in to Reco12 Big Book Roundtable on your favorite podcast platform.
Thank you, and way to go for, even though you were nervous, even though you're scared, moving forward anyway and being brave. I really want to acknowledge that. That's how we do, and that's how we get better. We just, take our fears with us, or take whatever emotions we have with us. That's what I say to my kids, and they say, I don't want to clean my room. I said, that's okay. Just don't want to clean your room and be tired, and go ahead and do it anyway. That's how we roll here, right? Actions, not words. Faith without works is dead. Okay, would anyone like to ask a question? You could unmute yourself and ask your questions. If that's a bit much for you, just go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and Anna will answer them. Going once. Going
Hi.
twice. Go for it.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Introduce yourself, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hi, my name is Anja. I am a codependent and a sex and love addict. Hi, Anna. Thank you so much for a great speech. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you combine that little child with your grown-up self, sort of. Thank you.
Thank you. A great question, I think. Well, that little child inside of me is like, there's like a hurt part of her, and she's the one who's like scared and thinks that she has to do life on her own. But then there is also like another part of her that's like, I think the way God intended me to be, like she's like super interested in the world, super curious, super eager to connect with other people, like really just open to the world and the mystery of the world, and excited to be here. But what I think my job is to like bring her to God, and be sort of the middle person there, like the one who, or like God knows her and God holds her, but yeah, like sort of try to in stillness with God, like find what is it that she's saying really. Like if she's hurt, okay, what is she hurt about? Like if she's happy and excited and wants to, like she wants to maybe go swimming or dive into the ocean or go into the forest or draw or, you know, express herself in some way, then I can like bring that to God. Sort of like that, I think. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Do you have another question, follow-up question? Anyone else want to chime in? Please just go ahead.
I think I have a question in the chat from Emmy.
Great.
It says like, how do you work? It's about honesty. How honesty may not just be to say whatever our mind makes up. How do you work with that, and how can that show up for you? Ooh. Great question too. Like, because like if I'm, well, okay, this is just what comes to me now, but like, if I'm just like, I have to test my ideas, like with God, and to see, is this really what it's like? So that's like one part. Another part is that this delusion, this idea that I have to be perfect in every situation and every make all the right choices and so on. That is such a lie in itself. So by letting go of that, I can just be myself, and if I make a mistake, I just correct it. That's what like these steps teaches me, that if I see that I've been in like one of my defects, I've been acting out of self-will, I can correct that and I can grow. Like, it's not spiritual perfection. It's like a growing thing. Like, okay, thank you, God, I learned this, and then show me what I need to do, or like if I need to make amends, or if I need to change my forward actions somehow, like, but letting go of that lie in itself, I think is really important. But then also like testing my thoughts, sort of. Are they aligned with God's will? Is this true? What does the book say? Like, what do my fellows say? I like this image also, that like sometimes God needs more light to come in. Like sometimes I can't find it. If I'm like stuck in my disease, I won't be able to see truth. So then God sometimes needs to open the door, like let more light in. I maybe need to talk to like my fellows in the program. I need to go deeper into the solution of the book, like working, like doing service, getting out of my mind, and then I will see clearly. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Reco12 Spearheads. If our recovery resources have helped you, please consider a donation. Your financial support, as well as your word-of-mouth support, keeps Reco12 running and reaching the man who is still sick. Donate today at reco12.com/support, or check the show notes for PayPal and Venmo links. Every contribution helps carry the message. Thanks for being a Reco12 Spearhead.
There's another question I see now too. Can I take that too, Karen?
Absolutely, just go for it.
It says, how do you discern trusting God from spiritual bypassing, aka being embodied versus not feeling your feelings? Okay, yeah, I think this is like really what I've been talking a lot about with my friends just these days. Like, I think what I get to in this solution is a little bit like a detachment from my thoughts and feelings. And that doesn't mean to me like bypassing my feelings. I can still like feel my feeling, but I won't like dwell in it. Like I won't, I can, if I'm feeling scared, if I'm feeling ashamed, I can acknowledge my feeling and not just like I don't know, put it away. I can feel it. I can feel it in my body, but then I still have to, you know, believe. I don't know where I put the book. I still have to believe the book because this is what I have committed to. I did my step 3. I'm doing it daily. Like I'm a sick person. I don't know. I can't like. I'm programmed to be this sensitive person that this book talks about, and that means like that shame. I can feel it, but it might not be real. So why should I dwell in it? If it makes sense. No, I won't always like feel exactly like I have to just believe and still act like what I think is God's will for me. That's my job. Yeah. I hope that was answer to the question.
Anyone else want to come in? Any other questions we have in the chat? I'd like to hear about how you work with others. Anna, how you sponsor other people, what's worked for you, for those of us who are sponsoring on the line, and those of us who aren't. Remember that our goal is to get through the 10, 12 steps and begin sponsoring others, yeah?
Yeah. Well, like in the beginning, my sponsor emphasized the 12 steps so much. So I really like threw myself out there and I just started sponsoring immediately, and that's the same too. Like we're learning in that process too. I'm super codependent person. And I think sponsoring is the best practice for that, because I'm learning to like detach from.
Did everybody hear what she just said? Can you say that again?
What did I say? Like I'm
a super codependent person, and sponsoring
has been the best practice for that.
Why?
Because
first of all, the big book tells you that, right?
Yeah.
We're not reinventing the wheel here. The big book tells us, people on the line, when all else fails, work with another addict saves the day. When all else fails, service helps. See, I want to show you. I have kids at home. I have to, I have 7 people coming over for dinner tonight. What am I doing? I'm going to volunteer in the hospital. We sponsor, we work with others. Why? Because when all else fails, work with others saves the day. When I'm crazy, when my mom yelled at me, when I'm feeling insecure, when I think nobody loves me, my kids don't respect me, all that stuff. I do that. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
We had a song when I was a little girl. Nobody loves me, everybody hates me. I think I'll eat some worms. Well, I keep kosher, so I'm not going to eat worms, but that's what we do, and it's the best part of our lives. But yet our addict brain wants to be selfish, wants to feel sorry for ourselves, wants to muck around in self-pity. Okay, yeah. But we get into others. So what? Okay, so you work with others. Why has that helped you? What has that done for you that nothing else has?
Well, that's the only thing that takes me out of myself.
Yeah.
We're doing this in all our affairs. So it's like, okay, how can I be of service at home? How can I be of service at work? how can I be of service in my friendship relationships? How can I be of service, but like there is magic in seeing people recover. It's like, if I don't trust this, then I see it in others. Like maybe I don't see changes in me. I see there's a question about the psychic change. Sometimes I don't see changes in myself. I can experience them, but like if I see it in other people, it's like such a blessing. And that's the thing that takes me out of self, working with others. And the thing about being codependent in that is that, like, letting go of control too. I'm just another human. This is God doing the work. Like, I'm not doing the work as a sponsor. I'm a little maybe guide. We're going through the instructions of the book, but it's by following these principles and these instructions that they will recover, not like by whatever I'm saying or doing. And also, like, I shouldn't have any opinions about their life or their, like, I don't have to do all of that. That's up to God too. I can share my experience. That's what I can do.
And I just want to make a side comment about being of service in all our affairs, because, we who are on this line who are codependents or Al-Anons, that's tricky business, right? Because some of us have some bruisers and abusers in our life. I do. And we have to be careful for that. And we always have to do what our big book says, which is to ask ourselves, is this helpful? Now, not just helpful to them, but helpful to me. See, in my addiction this week, I offered somebody who was putting me down and berating me, a family member. I said, oh, I'll come pick you up on Wednesday and then we'll go. And then all of a sudden I realized, wait, is this helpful? Like, okay, I shouldn't have given my word, but it's like, I just offered myself to be in a car with somebody who's going to put me down for 6 hours straight. I'm going to take off work, lose money. Now, they're a close relative, but it's like, we always are asking ourselves, is this helpful to them and to us, okay? So I just want to make a note about that. We want to be helpful, but again, it has to be helpful all around, right? Not, kowtowing to, the maniac or narcissist in our life and then hurting ourselves, right?
Yeah, I think that was really a little bit extra detail that my sponsor gave me in the beginning with the resentment prayer. I'm not sure exactly what it's like in English, but in the Swedish word, it says, like, how can I be of help? And then she said, like, cross that word help out, because, like, helping is not always the same as being useful. So then we say, like, when I pray, I say that, how can I be useful? How can I be helpful? Instead of, like, how can I help this person? Because my way of helping is not helpful. And I can actually just make more of a mess if I'm trying to help. So that's very also like a discernment thing. I have to take that to God. But that question about psychic change also, how did I experience the psychic change? Like, that's, I don't know but I experienced that. I think, like, there was a big shift. I feel that I have always lived my life out of getting. Like, I want to get. I'm living out of this state where I'm driven by these fears and delusions and everything, and I'm like living out of lack. So I need to get from you in order to, like, fill me up. And then came the big change where I learned that, okay, I'm like enough the way I am with God, and I'm here to give instead of getting. So that was like the big shift, I think. But then, like, the psychic change is that Alice in Wonderland thing where I can, like, 1 minute I can be in the solution with you guys and, like, high on God. And then the next minute I can be dropping down the hole and be in self. So that's also like a psychic change. And I do that dance, like that, bouncing up and down daily, like, minute or like, yeah. So, like, being in this moment and being in whatever is. And I know that there's a way to get up. Thank you. I'm going to put my contact, my number here in the chat. Also, if anyone wants to reach out for sponsorship or just connection fellowship.
Excellent. Please do that. If anybody needs a sponsorship or fellowship, Anna F is available. I'm available with that with our last 2 minutes. Someone has one last question, you could ask it. If not, forever hold your peace. Now reach out to Anna one-on-one. And Anna, I'm going to ask for you to pray us out.
Yeah. Thank you. So I chose a prayer. It's actually like a song in Swedish, or like a song poem thing. But I translated it to English now for us today. So, and at first I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for being here and doing this together. God, in your presence, I feel a strength that longs to carry me. You reach into the hidden places of my soul, into the locked room deep within me, where the child inside cries out in silence. Please hear me. You are my prayer, and I am yours. Let my fears and restless thoughts sink like stones falling to the bottom of the sea. Remind me that my whole life is a conversation with you, the one who holds the stars and dwells inside my heart. You are my prayer, and I am yours. Help me to be still. Draw me near you, where your presence holds me. Give me the courage to trust the quiet voice within, the voice that gently calls, follow me. God, you are my prayer, and I am yours. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna F. And we are right on time here. If anyone would like to stay on, ask Anna F her questions, get some more experience, strength, and hope, a little more quality time with her, you are welcome to. This is Karen A. Welcome to the Afro-Euro Reco12 podcast. If you have any fellows who you would like to recommend to share on this podcast, please refer them to me or send me their names and numbers, and I'll just reach out to them, politely ask them to share. Everyone makes a difference. While we have about, close to 20 people on the actual line live, about 350 people listen to the recording every week. Anna F, I hope to have that recording to you by Thursday of next week. And anyone who wants it can reach out to me. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. Spread your light, and there is a solution. You've come home. Be well. Bye-bye.